The Texans lost to the Saints 30-28. I mean, like, this already happened in 2017 against New England. It happened again 2017 against Seattle. Happened in 2018 against Philadelphia. And then here at the start of the season, it happened again. Deshaun Watson was magical at the end. Just when you thought the game was over, Deshaun gets the ball back with like about 50 seconds left. In 2 plays, Deshaun Watson gets the ball down the field. You know, they score a touchdown, kick the PAT, actually miss a PAT, but one of the Saints got flagged for roughing the kicker, and rightfully so. And then Fairbairn makes a second extra point, so the Texans are up by 1. Drew Brees gets the ball back with like, I don't know, 40-something seconds or something like that. Not much time, pretty much. He get the ball back, and Romeo Crennel allows Drew Brees to drive down the field and set up Will Lutz for a 58-yard field goal, which, of course, he easily made right down the middle. Okay, look. It's one thing if this was the first time something like this happened. And, you know, I'm a nice person, so I might even let it happen a second time. But after the third time, especially the fourth time, there's a problem. A big problem. And that's Romeo Crennel. His defense just cannot close out a game. For as much shit as O'Brien gets as a Texans head coach, I believe Romeo Crennel should be getting just as much criticism, if not more. The Texans' defense has been bad since 2017. Last year, early in the season, I know some people might say, our defense was good last year early on. Look who we're playing. We're playing Josh Allen, Nathan Peterman, Blake Bortles, you know, guys like that. The bottom tier quarterbacks in the league. But once it came to it, to play against these better quarterbacks like Drew Brees, this defense got torched every single time. And tonight, did a good job early on, I will admit, in the first half. But in the second half, Jesus Christ, the defense was terrible. I think the only guy on defense that had a good game was Whitney Merciless. He got a sack and he got an interception. Everyone else, what were they even doing? Like, seriously, like, Watt didn't do anything besides a holding call that they gave Ryan Ramczyk. But Texans defense, for the whole second half, they just kind of bent over and let Drew Brees and that Saints offense, you know, go to town on them. It was pathetic. And then Colvin. Aaron Colvin was probably the worst of them all. I mean, I believe he allowed 2 touchdowns. The one to Taysom Hill, I believe that was on him. And then the other one in the fourth quarter, I believe he allowed 2. And then that 41-yard reception on 3rd and like 2. Like, how do you let that happen? But if we're being honest, that's on Romeo Crennel. Who in the world, why in the world would you have Aaron Colvin press Ted Ginn in the slot? You know, like, that makes no sense. And then the way he called that final drive, the last possession of the Saints, off coverage. The Saints were probably at about the 50-yard line. They had like, 8 seconds left. They had one more play pretty much. And you have your safeties playing like 40 yards off the line of scrimmage. That let Drew Brees easily complete like a 9-yard pass. And, you know, they called a timeout because they had a timeout. And they set up the game-winning field goal. That's on Crennel. That's on Crennel 100%. And, you know, I've had enough of it. Like, Every single time we play one of these upper tier teams, Deshaun Watson and the offense, they go off, they go toe to toe with this elite quarterback, and they make everyone on the Texans fan base, probably everyone watching, believe, hey, maybe these Texans are finally legit. Maybe they can finally contend with these upper tier teams. But then the defense just bends over. Literally. Like, I've had enough of it. I heard Anthony Weaver, he's the guy next in line to take over after CRENNEL retires, because CRENNEL's like 73. Do it right now, dude. Like, I've had it. I've had it with CRENNEL. Like, he should be gone. And I know there's going to be some Texans fans, saying, and I know you guys might hate me for this, but it is absolutely true what I'm about to say. Some of you guys are about to say, oh, well, at least we didn't get blown out. We're so past that point. We're past it. These Texans, the Deshaun Watson era Texans, besides that playoff game versus Indianapolis, they don't get blown out. They don't. Literally, that only blowout loss in the Deshaun Watson era in Houston was that playoff game. So the whole, at least the Texans didn't get blown out, that needs to die. Like, I'm done with it. No, these Texans need to win. There is no more, oh, well, we almost beat the Saints. No, I'm tired of that. If these Texans want to take the next step, they got to win these games against these upper tier teams. Like, I'm done with it. Like, I'm done with just winning the division. I'm done with almost beating these upper tier teams. No, we got to start beating these upper tier teams. We got to start winning playoff games. Like, I'm done with the whole settling for just good enough. I'm done with that. Now, even though we lost, even though the defense was complete trash, I thought the Texans' offense did good for the most part, especially it being week 1, especially there being a lot of players that are new to the offense, like Duke Johnson, Laramie Tunsil, Carlos Hyde, Kenny Stills. Obviously, those guys are new, so there's going to be some little growing pains here and there, and eventually, things will go right. Like, for example, you had that one play where Duke Johnson was lined up in the backfield and it was supposed to be a handoff to him and he just kind of took off. So Deshaun Watson, he didn't have nowhere to take the ball, so he ended up running and it went for no gain. Eventually, stuff like that will get cleaned up. It will get better. The offense will continue to get better as well because, you have Tytus Howard back, who missed today's game. You'll have Kiki QT back as well, who missed the game. So this offense, it's only going to get better. It's only the start. Deshaun Watson, unfortunately, apparently he has like a bruised back. You guys know that touchdown run he had. He kind of flipped over the guy and he landed on his back. So hopefully he's good to go. I thought the receivers, for the most part, played a good game. Even though D-Hop, let's talk about D-Hop for a second here. D-Hop, even though, you look at his numbers, it might say, I don't know, I'm just taking a guess, I haven't looked at the stats, but like 7 receptions, close to 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns. D-Hop had 3 drops, and that's not quite like D-Hop, so, D-Hop's gonna, get into the swing of things, he's gonna start playing better. Will Fuller had that nice 50-yard reception, and I feel like if Deshaun Watson throws that one sooner, or puts more air under it, Will Fuller is gone for a touchdown, but regardless, it's not like it matters. The Texans ended up scoring a touchdown at the end of that drive anyways. O-line, at the very start, like the first 2 drives, Jesus Christ, it was terrible. Seantrell Henderson was getting completely beat. Sunil Kilamedi and Nick Martin missed the block. Both of those plays resulted being in sacks. But later on, as the game progressed, I felt like the O-line kind of settled down a bit. I know, the stat sheet says 6 sacks, but you got to look at the way these sacks happened. One of these sacks, Deshaun Watson tripped over his lineman while he was trying to get out of the pocket. I really wouldn't count that as a sack. On another sack, Deshaun Watson was about to take off running, but a blitzing DB caught him and sacked him for a 1-yard loss. So, these sacks, besides the very first two, they really weren't that bad in my opinion. 2 of them were on Tunsil. On one of them, he missed a block. But again, that comes with him being new to the team. And on the second one, the guy just jumped the snap perfectly and Tunsil was beat from the snap. So you can't really do much about that. I'd kind of say that one had to do with the environment that they're playing in. New Orleans being New Orleans, one of the best home field advantages. Tight ends were pretty much not really there. I thought Akins had a good little reception where he shook off the defender and took off for a first down. Running game. Wow. Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde is looking like a sneaky good pickup, man. He looks really good. The guy was running with purpose, running downfield, and I thought Duke Johnson did too. Obviously, they both just came in, so they're going to be limited on what they do. Hopefully, as the season progresses, we're able to get them more involved in the offense, especially Duke Johnson, get him more involved in the passing game. And then he had Kenny Stills. He had that should have been game-winning touchdown, but CRENNEL messed that up. So yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly. Offense, I thought, played good. Offense is going to get better. They're going to get players back like Titus Howard, Kiki. They're going to gel together, and this defense it's just atrocious, man. Yes, some of the players aren't good, but at what point do you start blaming CRENNEL for the scheme? At the very end, that was 100% on Romeo Crennel. There is absolutely no reason why the Saints, with 40 seconds left on the clock and 1 timeout, there's just no reason why they should have drove down the field and kicked the game-winning field goal. Literally. You have to be really stupid to let that happen. And Romeo Crennel, I guess you're really stupid because you just let that happen. That's outrageous, man. Deshaun Watson in the offense did a good job. Bill O'Brien, surprisingly, called a very good game apart from a few plays here and there. But, that's just called nitpicking. You could literally nitpick with anyone. So yeah, CRENNEL, you gotta go, buddy. The game's probably passed him by or something, but I am tired of this. Next week the Texans take on the Jacksonville Jaguars and their backup quarterback, so should be a win next week. Hopefully the Texans come out prepared and don't let this backup quarterback tear them up, because if they do, then I'm gonna be pretty pissed off again. And man, I feel like it's been a while since I did a rant video. I guess you could call this a rant video from the early start there, because literally started recording this the second the game ended, and I was pretty heated. The other losses, I was heartbroken, but this one I was just pissed, because we've all seen this before. So I'm not gonna be heartbroken over something that's already happened 3-4 other times. So yeah, but like I said, hopefully next week at home Sunday we're able to do better. Hopefully we don't let this rookie quarterback tear us apart, because if we do, I swear to God, man, I just hate CRENNEL right now. I hate him. He's gotta go. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys for today. Hopefully these Texans get something going, because I did like what I saw from the offense today. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.